uniting communities throughout the six. This is Urban Definition with your hosts Sassan, Kareem, and Zayn on CHHA 1610.
I'm just trying to let the music ride out. I really just want the music to ride out. I love it. I love it. I love it. What up, UD Nation? Today is Wednesday, August 24th, and you're listening to another episode of Urban Definition. Tonight, as per usual, I am joined by my co-hosts, Mr. Zayn Jinnah, what up?
Hey, everybody.
And Mr. Sassan Mirzai.
Hey, guys.
How you guys doing tonight?
I'm feeling a lot better being on this side of the glass today, I'll tell you that.
I was just about to mention that, too, is that unlike the last 2 weeks, this week, I have returned home, thus meaning I have returned back to my board duty.
And I am so glad you're there right now.
And I don't like interjecting here, but I feel like me coming home deserves a 3-horn salute.
No.
All right. Welcome back, Kareem, to the board. Give it another salute.
This guy. We're about to do it. Yeah, another one?
Do it again.
All right, let's do it.
He's back, everybody. He's back on the boards.
Oh, my
Zayn
goodness.
has so much energy. I'm here like dead tired.
I won't lie, I got some foggy eyes going on right now.
I'm trying to be Kareem's hype man over here, man. You don't play that and not have a hype man on your shoulder there.
That's how you know Zayn's been listening to too much Drake.
A little bit.
Jump man, that boy's up to something.
Tell him, fire.
Oh, my goodness. How's your week been, guys?
It's been pretty good, man. How about you guys?
I watched the new Kubo movie.
Really? I keep seeing Okay, on my drive to work, I pass by the same bus every morning with the same advertisement.
Oh, you mean like the poster?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like you saw a trailer on a bus. I'm like, that's new.
I have no idea what that movie's about.
Oh,
Without giving away too much, is it worth it?
Yes, it's by the same company that made Box Trolls and Paranorman.
Really?
And it's like their first stop motion movie that has real fight scenes.
Okay, that does make me very intrigued.
So stop motion and fight scenes, that's crazy. And like there's this one scene where the monster is just so big, and if you see like the behind the scenes of how they made it, that monster is actually like 2 times the size of a human.
Oh,
Wow.
So they had to move that thing while they were doing it. It was crazy.
One of the things I really appreciated about Box Trolls is at the end of the movie, they show them moving the character.
And they did that in this one too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like it's definitely worth going to see then. I will definitely have to check
Honestly,
it out.
the best movie that studio's released so far.
Ooh.
And I loved Box Trolls. Box Trolls is a comedy though.
You were a Box Troll, weren't you?
Yeah, I dressed up as it for Halloween. It was really fun.
Was it Halloween or was it Fan X?
No, Halloween.
Ah.
Because it came out in October.
Yes, that's true.
So it was already too late for Fan X.
Right on.
Interesting, yeah.
So as per every week, I ask my question, which is always directed to the same person, and that's not you, Sassan.
Oh, no.
Zayn, what's going on in the world?
Well, if you've heard this week, the Toronto schools are facing a $3.4 billion repair backlog, which is massive. Now, if you guys don't understand that, that means there is $3.4 billion that needs to go to fixing almost 600 schools in Toronto.
Didn't we talk about this in like February?
I feel like we did. So
We
it's actually going through?
Well, we talked about a lot of schools needing repair, but we didn't talk about the amount. But it's like now that they have the amount and they've figured out, they've identified each and every school and all the problems with it.
Wow.
And based on their system of scoring, 226 of these schools are in need of critical repair, which is a lot. So, I mean...
And this is just TDSB, Toronto District School Board?
This is just Toronto District School Board.
It's crazy. That's so much money for just one little city.
Exactly, right?
Well, didn't they just get a whack ton of funding for the transit system as well, though, from the federal government?
So there is $1.1 billion that the federal government did give to this as well, $1.1 billion, but they're still short on some money for fixing up the schools. And if you're out there and you're wondering, which school it is, if it's your own school, you can actually go on your school's website and they'll have the information there about the kind of repairs that they need and like all of that stuff related to this.
So other than the physical side of things, in terms of like things physically not being fixed, how would something like this affect, because back to school season is just around the corner. So how's that going to affect the schools, like the students?
Well, they're saying it's not a safety issue, and if it was a safety issue, that they would repair things immediately. But what I'm wondering now is, is that not a concern, though? Because they're giving an example, and this was quoted saying, it's like your house. If your roof is 30 years old, your roof might not leak. But if at some point in the very near future, you need a new roof, would that not still be a concern of safety then? Because there are things that are broken, such as, a boiler room, or maybe not things like door handles and things like that, but, old pipes or something like that, where these are actually critical to the building functioning.
I wasn't actually thinking about those things. I thought this money was for, like, fixing old textbooks and stuff.
Oh, that's
no.
whole other ball. Yeah,
that would be more like curriculum based, if anything. No.
Yeah, I thought it like affected the children's learning abilities.
This is the actual facility that they're using. The entire building is.
Well, it indirectly affects their learning abilities.
I mean, you look like instrument prices and whatnot.
Yeah, but you look at something as simple as like fluorescent lighting.
Oh,
That's a huge impact on kids because I think I'm pretty sure there's some science to prove it, but there's certain lighting affects a child's ability to concentrate and emotions and stuff like that. Like if you work, what was it? Under like those old school, I think they're fluorescent bulbs. Like they're almost yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually more difficult to concentrate and focus because it trains your body into like feeling a certain way. Whereas like the LED lights and those type of lights and natural lights, especially natural lights, that's key. Helps to energize your body and keep you concentrated.
I think the only thing that affected my learning in high school was those chemistry rooms with the fireproof tables, the black ones.
I remember those.
Those heated up so much, and I'd always just fall asleep on them.
Did you have windows in high school?
Yeah.
Did you, Zayn?
Yeah.
I didn't.
You didn't have windows?
What school did you go to?
I went to West Toronto. There's windows surrounding every side of the school. However, the classrooms
Or on the inside?
were on the inside.
Oh, that sucks.
We had some of those, but most of the rooms had windows.
Because thinking back, there isn't a single room in my high school that had a window in it.
I think it's because our school had like a little thing in the middle.
Ah.
So it was like all
Yeah.
rooms had windows.
I know, like Parkdale, they had like the gym built to the middle of the school.
Oh, our gyms barely had windows. I think they were all dark.
No, my gym's definitely no. There was none. Nor did my swimming pool. Nothing. Nowhere in anywhere like in my school, other than the hallways, had no windows.
Oh,
It was tough.
Wow.
It
That
was, yeah.
definitely affects your learning ability.
yeah.
But
And natural lighting.
and this is Zane's gonna be like, I had other things on my agenda, but I'm totally flipping this. I'm doing this. You know who is doing great, and her school is repping hard because she goes to Monarch Park Collegiate.
Oh, the Olympic swimmer.
You got it.
Yes.
Penny Alexiak, who flew back yesterday. Actually, she landed, and they had her interview and stuff, and all the media were just flocking to her. And this is like a 16-year-old child,
Oh my
and
God.
she's like the new icon in Canada. And I don't know. I don't care what you guys say, but I put Penny Alexiak above Andre DeGrasse in my books.
Now, why would you do that?
Why would I not? She won gold. Andre DeGrasse did
Yeah,
not.
fair enough.
And the amount of events that she partook in over Andre DeGrasse, plus the time intervals between each event that she did versus Andre DeGrasse, plus she was cramping and like not feeling well, and she still brought home the bronze for the women's relay.
All right, I'll give you that. You got all good reasons there. So, sorry,
No.
Andre DeGrasse, but you're not the face of up-and-coming Canadian athletics
Penny
anymore.
Alexiak, you are now a Canadian god. Move over, Christine Sinclair. Penny Alexiak, you are the new icon.
That one might sting a little bit.
Why?
But I feel you, because Christine Sinclair, for the longest time, was the face of, like, so many things. I mean, you saw her...
But did you not watch this year's Olympics?
No, I didn't watch a thing of this year's
Oh,
Olympics.
well, the big thing about this year is Christine Sinclair, who plays on the Canadian soccer team.
Yeah.
This year, it was a transition from, I wouldn't call it young, but I'd call it more of the mature veterans to the newer generation. And Christine Sinclair, for example, there was a penalty shot, a key penalty shot that Canada had early in the round robins, and Christine Sinclair moved aside for some of the newer players and younger players. And you're starting to see now that somebody as iconic as Christine St. Clair is starting to move aside and letting the younger generation take over. And who better than Penny Alexiak to lead us? Thank you, Penny.
No,
You're
that's
dope.
fair.
I can't. Other than do you guys remember Proud Family?
Yeah.
Well, this is the first Penny since Proud Family that I'm proud to say and rep Penny hard. Sass is like, I don't understand any of that.
Nope.
I spent this really briefly. I'll try to explain the significance here. The Proud Family was a Disney show, and it was a colored family. And back in the '90s, we didn't have very many colored cartoon families to rep us, and the Proud Family was that family, and that was the lead character was Penny Proud. But now in the 2000s, we got Penny Alexiak.
And that was a good show too, Sass. You should really check up on it.
Okay.
It was good. It was funny.
Hopefully it'll be on Netflix soon or something.
I actually said that 2 days ago too. I wish Proud Family got brought to Netflix.
Oh my gosh.
I'll watch it.
Zayn, last minute. What else is going on in the world?
To be honest, not much else. I mean, if you've been living under a rock, the CNE is happening all over, for the next couple weeks in Toronto. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. I went this weekend and it was kind of fun, actually. I didn't go on any of the rides because I skipped, I don't know, man.
I never
Can't
do the
do
rides.
rides.
I've done the rides a few times. It's not as as you get older, it's kind of like meh.
Well, yeah, go to Wonderland. What are you doing?
I won't lie.
Exactly, right?
Every year, if I
Yeah.
do go to CNE, I go with my grandmother because my grandmother, we spend half the day gambling
Oh, I'd
at
rather
those,
just...
at those wheels.
I like going to the, the dog show there, because they always have, really cool, dogs with really cool tricks.
The
That
dog
is
show
fun,
is
yeah.
pretty magical. I'll give you that. It's a lot of fun.
I went to that last year. It was actually pretty cute to see all these little dogs doing their tricks.
I know, and I love how after they're done all their tricks, they jump into the owner's arms. I'm like, what?
Are you going to try to teach Tash how to do that?
I wish. I don't think she'll be able to jump that high.
Oh, goodness. We'll be back, guys, after the break. Stay tuned, because I believe we got Real Talk next.
Yeah, we do.
We'll be back.
Bye.
Peace. Hello, Sassy. Yep.
Fine.
Uniting communities throughout the sticks. This is Urban Definition. This is Urban Definition.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Urban Definition. Now, this is usually when we get into our segment that I like to call Real Talk. However, before I can introduce our topic, I got to give you guys a little bit of a breakdown of what's been going on over the last couple days. So for those of you who don't necessarily follow Usain Bolt, he is, the fastest man on the planet. Now, Usain Bolt a few days ago celebrated his 30th birthday, not the controversy. However, amidst all the celebrations, Usain Bolt was caught in bed, pictures at least, with a Brazilian student. And this is amid rumors that he would also be marrying his girlfriend of 2 years, Cassie Bennett. Now, the topic of today's Real Talk is this. You guys, I want you to put yourselves in Cassie, which is Usain Bolt's fiance's position here. Being the girlfriend of a celebrity, do you guys... how do you deal with this kind of controversy? Do you say, you know what, I'm married to a celebrity, or I'm engaged to a celebrity who's worth an average of about $60 million, more than likely more, but $60 million is, before those endorsement deals. Do I just swallow it, take the hit for now, kind of deal with the embarrassment and move forward with my fiance? Or do I, turn around and say, you know what, the heck with that, I'm gonna stick to my feminist roots, and I'm going to say, like I would do with any other dude, kick him to the curb. So, question number 1, what would you guys do?
This is a very different, because none of us are women here, so honestly, so I don't know. But this reminds me of Kobe Bryant, who cheated on his wife, right? Slept with
Completely different circumstances.
different circumstance, but
I'll give it to you. Sure, I'll follow you. I'll follow you up until where you crash and burn, but I'll follow you for now.
well, consider the fact that they're married, but he still was unfaithful, right? And she
Okay.
stayed throughout all of it.
And what did he do to make her stay?
I don't know, actually.
He bought her a $10 million ring.
Yeah, but is that...
The question is, what would you do?
Well, here's what it comes down to, the same principle of is it about the money? Can that keep you around long enough? Because it's a tough choice, and I would love to say that I would leave and as the right thing, as the respectful, dignified manner, but I mean, then again, as you said, it's the celebrity, it's the money, it's all of that stuff that comes with it. It's a very hard situation to walk from. So,
You're still not answering the question.
yeah, I don't know what I would do.
You don't know what you would do. You have to. Come on, Zayn. You got. What would you do, man?
I don't know. Gun to my head, I might stay.
You'll stick around. I mean, it's an honest answer,
It is, and I don't blame anyone who would say that.
and it's Usain Bolt. Come on now, Sassan. What would you do?
Okay, well, wait, before I tell, where was the engaged girl?
Jamaica.
She was
So,
in Jamaica. She didn't come to Brazil?
Well, no, because Brazil is where the Olympics took place. So he stuck around a little bit longer and was partying up in Brazil.
Why
got-
did she
he-
leave, though?
He did. I don't think it was much more that. I don't think it was more so that she left.
Uh-huh.
More than it was, he was out there celebrating his birthday. He just had a triple. For those of you who don't know what that means, he took part in 3 events and won gold in all 3 events. He was on top of the world. He was celebrating his 30th birthday with his boys. Went to a club, was whining, grinding, bubbling, which there's videos and pictures of that too. But in the end, he was caught with pictures of a 20-year-old Brazilian student in bed.
Yeah, I saw the picture, but I was just wondering, why isn't she at his birthday party?
Why does
That
she
is
need
a
to
good
be?
question, actually. I don't know why
Whoa.
none of us thought
Okay, but
about
that's a
that.
whole other thing. Why does she have to be at his birthday? Why can't he have some sort of independence and be able to celebrate his birthday alone? I mean,
Because maybe something happened between them. Because there had to be a reason why she wasn't there. Because it's your 30th birthday. That's a really big milestone.
I was in a relationship when I was 21. I still celebrated my birthday apart from my girlfriend at the time.
But
And then later on, we had, that nice dinner. You have that family time where you do that family dinner, that family business stuff. That's what your girlfriend is. Then you have that, you want to go out and just have a good time. You want to assert your independence. You go out with your boys, and that's what he did.
I don't know. I just don't like how it's his 30th birthday. Because 30 for me is you finish your bucket list, you finish traveling the world. This is the time where you go and settle down. Because that's the
How old
line.
do you think Usain Bolt is?
Isn't you just told me you turned 30?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so yeah. My bad. I slipped on that one. But,
You
30's
just
not
told
that
us
old,
that.
man.
No, but
it's not old.
in every TV show, especially Scrubs, I think. Yeah, Scrubs. 30 was the line. He's I have to get everything done. The 20s are over. It's time to become an adult.
I mean, this is not TV, though.
I know, but this
So-
is how I
Okay,
see
but
life.
even based on your logic,
Yeah.
30 could have been the last little, party away. This is the final party before you have to settle down. And then, I mean, what you're saying begs a whole other question about, why does your girlfriend need to be holding your hand?
No, but it's
I
you
don't-
guys
I
got
don't agree with
engaged.
that.
It doesn't matter.
No, but engaged means you love this girl and you want to spend the rest of your life with them.
Doesn't matter. You could
apart
still
from
love
that,
someone.
though, I would say it just makes sense though to celebrate such a milestone in Brazil. You just won 3 golds. Why wouldn't she be there? You would kind of expect, the closest around you, including that person, to be there with you. Now, if you were gonna go, this could be very well, as Kareem said, just something with the boys, which fine, that's cool too. But you would expect in a situation for her to be there. It just seems like the thing that would happen.
Yeah. But anyways, back to your actual question after I got that put away. I think she should stand up for herself because your life shouldn't be based around money. Your life should be based around happiness. Money shouldn't be what's keeping this guy because if he's gonna cheat like this, he's gonna keep cheating and it's just gonna get worse and worse. And he'll just be yeah, but I have money, so there's no way to fix that.
So once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because
But-
he'll be I have money. I can find any other girl, and she's just gonna get shit on. I mean, pooped on.
I see what you mean. I understand what you mean. But I'm not condoning the behavior. But
What
I
would
will
you
say
do
that as a celebrity, there's a whole persona surrounding that. And I don't know what you're this is common among sports. You got your home chick, which is your wifey.
Yeah.
Then you have your road chick, and then you have your side chick. I'm not saying that it's right, and this is completely different because this is not somebody who is going to be hitting up left, right, and center. This is, and we don't actually know 100% if he slept with her or not, but I mean, let's be honest, how naive do you really have to be to see the pictures of Usain Bolt and, kissing on this girl's neck in bed and not assume that they
Without a shirt.
they did the nasty. Exactly. So, Sassan, what would you do? Because, like saying, you didn't directly.
I said fight. Stand up for yourself.
So you would dump him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I thought you said just I'd fight him, but not I'd leave him.
Oh.
All right. So now we go to the next stage, which is her response to the whole situation, because she's speaking up now. And her whole thing is that, she's like, well, the pictures doesn't really show that he cheated, and we don't know definitively, but I know Usain, and Usain isn't about that cheating life.
But there's a video.
That's a video of him whining with another girl.
Okay.
That's, again, you got to be really, really fighting to see some kind of innocence to not believe it.
So the second question, this will be like the last question going out to commercial, is does her response tarnish her image, or does it just kind of prove that, she's a ride or die chick?
Oh, man. Why you got the good questions today? I don't know if it's a ride or die chick, man. What was the other option again?
Tarnishes her image.
Yeah, kind of tarnishes it, but I don't blame her again, right? Because it's a hard situation to want to walk from.
Sass?
I don't know. I feel like if she is sticking around, she's pulling a YouTuber, which is you date a famous YouTube celebrity, and then the girlfriend just gets really famous, and then you dump the guy. That happened to Domix recently, the guy from Mississauga who makes comics.
Ooh, interesting point. Now, Zayn brought up a good point, and that is that we are not females and we are not professionals at this topic, which means we would love to hear what you guys have to say. So, Zayn, how do people chime in on the conversation?
Go to our website, urbandefinition.ca, click on the Facebook tab or the Twitter tab, and let us know your thoughts. Comment or post or tweet at us. And tell us what you would do in this situation if you were her, or what your opinions and thoughts are about this.
It's a very complex situation.
Wait, Kareem, were you
Yes.
talking about Wilt Chamberlain when you were talking about the side person and stuff?
That's Wilt Chamberlain's a whole other thing. We're not getting into
That's
that
another
today.
conversation,
That's a whole other thing. I'm surprised you know who Wilt Chamberlain is. That's impressive right there. We'll be back, guys, after the break. We'll get into some tech talk.
Urban Definition on CHHA 1610. This is Urban Definition.
Welcome back to Urban Definition, everyone. It's now our third segment of the day, which is Kareem's absolute favorite segment. And I think without any further ado, Kareem, please take it away.
I love how you said third segment, like we're broken down or we're categorized, which is probably true, but still.
Well, if anyone's been keeping up, that's exactly what it is.
All right, I'll give you that one. All right, you ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Tech talk.
You killed it right. After the third second in.
I killed it, and it's dead, and it'll come back next week.
Oh, no. At least it wasn't, right next to me, like last week. Oh, my gosh, that was weird.
I've never had to experience that, and I'm so happy about that.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, let's move on to the first thing that's, blowing up everywhere. I kind of don't want to talk about Pogo anymore, but I guess this is going to be the last one. So, Pogo originally peaked at 45 million downloads and users, and it just lost 1/3 of its users, so 15 million are gone.
Wow.
Yeah, so I honestly think it was because of the tracking system, because now no one knows where to go, and they're banning everyone who was cheating permanently, and eggs are just too hard to hatch. It's becoming a hassle.
I gotta say, the eggs being hard to hatch isn't really a killer for me. Maybe because my phone's GPS doesn't exactly know where I am exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I leave my phone just sitting there, and the little guy's just walking around
and
his own, and the steps are counting towards kilometers.
That's amazing.
It is the best, because I just sit there and these eggs hatch.
I usually did that when I'm at a McDonald's and there's a Pokestop across the street. I'd turn my navigation settings to worst GPS ever, device only or something, and my character will run around the streets, and I'll be able to like swipe them all and then just turn my real GPS back on.
That's the best.
I know. I love that.
15 million users, though?
I know, and
Wow.
honestly, oh wait, what was that program called? Google released a new app recently called whatever. I won't once I find Google Duo, and it's basically Google's version of FaceTime, and it actually beat Pogo. It got the most downloads in a week. And this program basically lets you call people, and before you pick up the call from your friend, you get to see them, and it's like a knock-knock option, so you know it's not like some stranger. And I don't know, I feel like it's just great that you can see them. It's like, oh, I don't look good, maybe I shouldn't answer this, and then you get to actually like FaceTime with them.
Well, isn't that kind of... I mean, it's a nice feature, but is it really replacing caller ID in that sense? Like, I mean, say you're going to video FaceTime someone.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was going to say video conference. You see their name come up in their number, so if you recognize it, you'd pick up, right? So isn't that kind of the same thing?
But what if they were like at a party and you weren't invited to that party? And then you're like, oh no, I'm sad at home, I'm just eating popcorn or something.
Well, then you wouldn't have answered anyway.
I know, but it's like cool, because then what if you saw them like just bored on their couch and then you're bored on your couch? It's like, okay, fine, I'll accept. I don't look that great either.
Okay, I guess that's a fair point. You get to visually, the knock-knock, right?
Yeah, I thought it was a cool feature.
Mad creepy.
What? Well, you don't have to use the knock-knock option, but...
I know, but still. Even when you knock physically knock at a door, you can't see what the person on the other side of that door looks
Some
like.
people, you have the little peephole.
Okay, yeah, you can see them, but can they see you?
Yeah, that's exactly how Google Duo works.
Right, that they can see you as well.
No, they can't see you until you answer.
Oh, see, I didn't understand that part.
Yeah.
And that's the part that was creeping me the heck out.
It's basically saying, hey, I'm at your door, but on a phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. I understand the logic behind it. I still think it's unnecessary, though.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like one of those things that it's like, we're going to do it. Why? Because we can.
No, but FaceTime was Apple only, and
Yes, I understand that.
and now this is everywhere.
You and I had a debate about this earlier because you made the bold statement
It'll beat Skype.
that this would beat Skype. Which,
No, that's because I've had so much hate for Skype recently. With all their new updates, they've been slowing down my computer so much, and when you call someone, it uses so much bandwidth. Like,
Wait,
yeah, it
Skype
does-
updated?
no,
yeah,
every
long
update
ago,
they
though.
make kills the app.
I haven't used Skype in like 3 months, so I really don't know what's going on with that
I feel like
anymore.
Skype updates every month.
And I'm glad you said that, Zayn, because you just played into the big conversation factor that I had with Sassan earlier, and that is this: in North America, a program like what Sassan is talking about with what's it called again? Duel.
Yep, Google Duo.
Google Duo. A program like that will be very beneficial to North Americans, probably most of Europe as well. However, when you look at a global scale in terms, and you start equating into like third world countries and stuff like that, this app is not going to come anywhere near competing with Skype, because Skype is used across the world profoundly.
I guess you're right, because like in North America, a lot of people are getting away from laptops and computers. They're all moving to tablets and phones.
And that's not the case with a place like Trinidad, for example. I'm not saying that they don't have internet, they don't have data. I mean, internet's a big thing out there, and it's great. However, they're not up with the times, for example.
Yeah, you told me they still use pay-as-you-go phones, and that's
Exactly,
like,
and that's
rare
a huge
here.
thing. I mean, we're in Canada, and if you listen to, specific radios and stuff, during the weekends even, you'll hear, like, use Digicel now. Buy top-up cards for your family in Jamaica for a chance to win a trip to Jamaica with Jamaica Air. And it's like, that just speaks volumes to how relevant pay-as-you-go is to countries outside of North America. I'm not saying North Americans don't use pay-as-you-go. I'm just saying it's a bigger thing outside of our, little world that is Canada.
That's very true.
He has a point there, yeah. But then, if you have an iPhone out there or a Samsung, why rely on Skype still?
In Trinidad?
Yeah.
Because most of the people out there aren't using their electronic devices, like their mobile devices for Skype. Really and truly, people here are Skyping with their loved ones in, Trinidad, for example. They're on a desktop computer. I'm on my cell phone. Do you see where the difference is here?
Yeah, okay, no, I get what you're saying.
That's how come apps like Viper are so relevant now, because of countries, like Brazil or like Trinidad or Jamaica or Grenada. I'm focusing on the Caribbean because I am Caribbean, but obviously there's, even places like India where I believe they're pretty close to being a first world country. Doesn't matter, because there's so many pockets throughout India of poverty that, even when you get into the middle class in India, they're still using Skype on their desktop computers.
That's true. That's actually fair to say. And when I went to Nairobi, that was 6 years ago, so I'm sure things have changed, but maybe not.
Where countries like that are making changes are in their highways and, what's localized there, not necessarily international spectrum stuff.
That's true.
Like, there was a javelin thrower. I forget which country exactly he was from, but they were saying, like, for him, he learned how to throw the javelin off YouTube.
Oh.
Not off his cell phone, nothing. He sat in front of a computer screen in his house and watched how they're throwing it, went outside, made his own little makeshift sticks with spears, and started throwing, and went back into his house, went back outside, in his house, outside, in his house. That's the kind of world that not all, but some, and I would assume most of these people live in.
And that's dedication. Oh my god, going back and forth, making your own stuff, no trainer at all.
Yeah.
I don't know how we did that.
But that makes sense then, yeah, what Kareem's saying, that this app might not overtake Skype just yet until everyone catches up.
It'll be huge in North America, and I'm sure Europe and other countries throughout the world, but I'm just saying it's not going to be Skype. It's not the new Skype. If anything, you had a good point in saying it can overtake FaceTime.
Yeah. Because we can't use FaceTime.
Nope.
No.
I don't get why they've never decided to just bring it over to the Android and Microsoft market.
Well, without hacking, can you do BBM without getting like a hack app?
No, BBM, everyone can have BBM.
But that's now.
Oh, you mean like way back when?
Yeah, way back then
Oh.
that was exclusive.
Yeah, because they used BlackBerry servers, and they didn't want to over...
My only point in saying that is that every company has to have some sort of exclusivity. So for Apple,
no one does that anymore.
But I'm just saying in general, move away from BlackBerry. That was just the stencil. All I'm saying is that each company has to have their own thing. Like, this is what makes us exclusive. Buy our product because it's the only way you're going to be able to do this, for now at least.
That's very true, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
What else is going on in the tech world?
But yeah, speaking of companies not being friends of each other and holding stuff back, Microsoft is actually befriending Linux, and they've been enemies for a while.
Yes, they
Because
have.
Linux is open source and free.
I didn't know they were free.
Linux was always free. You can just go to Ubuntu's website and say, hey, I want 10 CDs, and they'll mail it, free shipping and all.
Huh.
Yeah, you'll
I
get
never
all your
knew that
CDs.
one.
Yeah, it's great. I love Linux.
That is great.
But there's still people out there who don't like Linux. I remember there was a news story about a girl who bought a laptop from Dell, and she bought it for school because she wanted to enroll into school. And the laptop came with Linux, and she didn't know how to use it, so she complained to the news station instead of just contacting Dell.
Of course.
And she was like, this is the worst computer ever. It doesn't have internet, and it doesn't have Office, but it has its own versions of those things. It was the weirdest video I've ever seen on the internet.
I hope the news article or the news company decided to make a piece on how dumb this girl was.
No. The news was like, why would Dell sell something with Linux? What is Linux? And they made Linux sound like a monster.
Oh my goodness.
And to get a Linux computer, you had to specifically click Linux when you're ordering it.
Yeah, I remember that.
So how did this happen? And she's blaming Dell, but the news company sorted it out and
It's
fixed
sad
everything for her.
because I would rely on the news company to be able to talk about Linux,
I
not be
know.
like, oh my gosh. Actually, the only news outlet I would ever expect that type of reaction or coverage from is Fox News.
It might have actually been Fox, but I don't want to blame them just yet. Anyways, the last thing I want to talk about is how Google, their beta Project Fi, they're releasing one of their features called Wi-Fi Assistant, and they're going to be releasing it to all Nexus phones soon. And this basically lets you save on data usage by letting you automatically connect to all Wi-Fi open networks
I
when you
feel like
pass
that's
them.
dangerous, though.
It kind of is, but then if you trust it, you'll always have free Wi-Fi.
So does
without
it give you
having-
the option to trust it, or is it just one of those things where enable the feature and it'll automatically just do its thing?
It'll automatically do its thing unless you tell it to forget that network forever.
I feel like that's a terrible idea because
What
the
if-
amount of hackers that can now get into people's cell phone by cloaking themselves is going to be ridiculous.
I think Google has like ways around that though. I think if
You
you,
would
have
hope
Wi-Fi
so.
Assistant on, they'll like put extra security.
I feel like it's like one of those things that they will learn to adjust to,
Yeah,
not adjust to straight from the get-go.
that's true. Get your antivirus on your phones.
Hold on. So it automatically connects you to any open Wi-Fi around you.
Yeah, so basically if you're on a bus and you're passing by all these coffee stores or coffee shops,
It'll just pick them all up. Boom,
And it'll
boom,
just
boom,
grab
boom,
them.
boom. It'll drain your battery, I'm sure, but
no,
it'll still pick it
Wi-Fi
up.
uses less power than data.
Yeah, but that's once it's connected. If
Yeah.
you're hopping around connecting to various
It
sources,
uses a
won't-
lot of battery that way.
I feel like it would use a lot of battery.
Just
Not for
searching for
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi?
No, data would kill it. Data is the one that drains your battery the most.
Well, what's the difference between that and my phone already going, oh, there's open networks around you. Do you want to
So
connect?
Zane's thinking
no,
like
but
picking
that's-
off the towers.
Yeah, the thing Zayn was saying, how it tells you that there's Wi-Fi available, that doesn't automatically connect. You still have to go to it,
Yeah.
click on it, open up your browser, press accept, especially at like McDonald's.
That's kind of
Yeah.
like what your phone does already, Zane, where if you have Wi-Fi enabled but you're not connected to Wi-Fi, a little message will show up. There are Wi-Fi networks around
Yeah.
you. Please please click settings to connect or
So
something
this one
like
just saves you like that extra couple minutes, which I can see why is useful.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
And you don't have to have it on. It'll just be under your settings.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. That's all for Tech Talk.
Nice. That was very valuable tech talk.
That was. I'm
I'm
hoping
glad
that
we didn't
they
cover a
roll out
lot
this
of
app soon.
Pokégo.
Yeah, but Nexus first. Sorry, guys.
I hope they roll it out to Samsung later.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll be back after the commercial break with letting you know what's going around in the city. Stay tuned.
This is Urban Definition. Urban Definition. On CHHA 1610.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to what has been a very jam-packed episode. I mean, we've talked about a lot, and thankfully, hopefully tonight will be our putting Pokemon Go to rest.
Yeah, it's finally dead.
I don't think it's dead. I'm still playing it, but I mean, still. Hopefully, I don't have to hear about Pokemon Go for a while.
Nope, September. They're releasing the little gadget.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? I was about to give Pokemon Go the final three-horn salute, and then you ruined it by being like, September, this is coming.
The Pokemon Go Plus.
The Pokemon
I've been
Go
waiting
Plus.
for that. So then you
Sasson's
don't
been
have to
waiting
open
for
your
it.
phone anymore.
Have you really?
Yeah, you just press the button when you see a Pokemon and it'll catch it for you.
Oh, but that's mad sold out in the U.S. right now, and it's not
It's
available.
Not that it's sold out, it's that it's been recalled because they're fixing it up before they can release it.
It's a good thing we leave him in charge of Tech Talk.
Well, at least now we know it's not dead. Thanks for killing that dream, Sasson.
And talking about being left in charge of something, Mr. Zayn Jinnah is the one in charge of letting us know what's going down this weekend.
Yes, all right. So this weekend, as everyone knows, and I've mentioned earlier, the CNE is still open and it continues until September 5th, which is the weekend after this one, actually. So we got the long weekend coming up next week. But for this weekend, I'll tell you what's going on. You have a food truck frenzy that's going to be happening in the middle of the CNE. It's from Friday to Sunday. You have the Tamil Festival from Friday to Sunday as well. That's at Markham and Steeles. It is the largest Tamil festival outside the Indian subcontinent, which says quite a bit about our diversity as Torontonians. Yes.
Yo, did this
Kareem.
guy just say subcontinent?
Listen, that's the
Yo,
information.
I feel like this guy, that was straight up red. That wasn't
that's
even like,
the information.
that was not even like
Toronto.com.
information off his dome. This dude just went, India off the subcontinent, and I'm looking at it like, what are you talking
The
about?
Indian subcontinent.
This guy said Indian sub. That's. Can you admit that you at least just read that? You didn't just say Indian subcontinent off the top of your dome?
because I got it from the website.
Okay,
Listen,
good.
I'm
At least
just
now you
trying
don't
to
sound
present-
as this guy sub in hashtag Indian subcontinent.
It's a thing.
I know it's a thing that you just read.
All right, Google it later. We'll talk about this. But anyways, yeah, at that Tamil festival, you can taste food from over 20 different vendors, and there's a special kids area for kids to play and have fun. Now, I have no idea about anything else about this. I'm not a member of the Tamil community. Neither of these guys are. So if you're looking to learn about Tamil culture, definitely go. Again, Markham and Steele's Friday to Sunday. You also have the Korean Harvest Festival at Friday to Sunday at Melassman Square. And this is where, and I'm going to read this one straight, as I did the last one, I suppose.
At least he's admitting it now.
Listen, I've been reading all of this straight.
I know, I'm just trolling you, don't worry.
The community comes together to share Korean culture with K-pop and dance competitions, and booths and traditional and modern Korean cuisine. So, and they're saying that Korean celebrities will be in attendance for this event. I do not know any Korean celebrities. Sassan, do you know any?
Sassan knows them all.
What? I don't know them all.
I feel like Sassan is a huge K-pop fan, so in his
No.
mind, he's like,
Sassan,
oh my God.
I'll straighten that one out for you, Sassan. Sassan knows people who know them.
Yeah. I don't listen to K-pop.
Okay, so he... Oh, well, good for you, Sass.
No.
Why is that good for you?
Tell your friends that their favorite celebrities might show up because I have no
Oh,
idea
I'm
who
sure.
they
I'm
are.
sure they know already.
Oh my god, like the most K-pop I've ever listened to is whenever I watch an esports tournament, because the intermissions are just K-pop music videos.
Really
That's how they play it out.
interesting.
That's their halftime show, basically.
I mean,
Wow.
that's good marketing to a certain clientele.
I know, right?
It's a
Well-
niche market.
That's happening at Melassman Square all weekend, so at some point you should probably check it out.
Where is Mel Lastman Square?
North York Civic Center area, I want to say.
You're not really giving me much. Where? How do I get to Mel Lastman Square?
I'm going to Google map
It's
that
north
in a
of
second.
Shepherd on Young Street.
North of Shepherd. Okay, I know where Shepherd is. On Young Street.
Yep. It's on the west side of Young.
Okay, where? And this is people are like, what are they talking about? Where's the place that you and I went a few years back for New Year's? Mississauga Celebration
Oh.
Square. What is that? Is that
That's
just
Times Square.
No,
not
that's
Times Square.
Times Square.
That's
Whoa.
Celebration Square.
Celebration
But
Square. That's
is-
the one in Mississauga.
Is that
Sorry, I
just
meant
straight up called
Square One.
Celebration? No, is that just called straight up Celebration Square?
Probably.
Okay, so this is completely different.
This is actually in Toronto.
Okay, gotcha.
And Sasson is right. This is on Young Street, just north of Shepherd.
Okay, I got you. now.
It's North York Center Station, the subway stop.
Say that again.
North York Center Station.
North York.
It's one stop
Center.
before Finch, like south of Finch.
That's a stop.
That's a
Yep.
stop.
There's a subway stop there.
Yo, it goes to show you how often I do not travel north.
Yeah. Well, I have to go on that route every week.
Yeah, that is yes your life
He's gonna
route
go
right
there
there.
today.
Yeah.
That's your life's route.
It's a nice area.
And Mel Lastman Square is like where every Persian concert is. Like I grew up going there like every month. It was
It's
terrible.
funny because that's a part of your life you don't really discuss very much.
I know.
We don't know anything about Sasson and his actual cultural
Whoa,
heritage.
whoa, whoa! Speak for yourself there.
Okay, I
I've
don't
spent
know much.
years learning about this boy,
I don't know why, but
or as Zayn would say, that's a breach of, it's an invasion of privacy.
I don't know, man.
But going back to what you're saying about the Sri Lankans, I think at this point, my only connection to like Tamil and the Tamil community is being able to say "Vanakkam,"
Which means hello.
hello.
Okay.
That's about all I can. That's all I got these days, and it's sad because I spent like a year out there teaching.
In Sri Lanka.
No, not Sri Lanka. Southern India, which is Madras,
Mm-hmm.
which the main language there is Tamil.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Now you know. And actually, a funny story. I almost got on a boat one night while in India, and I paid 2 rupees to get on this boat, and apparently it was an express boat to Sri Lanka. Needless to say, we had to jump off the boat and swim back to shore. It wasn't far, but we still had to jump off the boat and swim back to shore.
Whenever someone says rupees, I think of a video game currency.
Yeah, it sounds like a Mario.
Sounds
or
like rubies.
Yeah,
Like you're actually
like a
giving them
Kirby, like a
gems.
Kirby currency,
Huh?
like a Kirby. Remember Kirby?
Oh yeah,
I would think like Kirby currency.
yeah. You'd have I thought more of like Zelda because you actually get rubies.
Oh, good call.
All right, well, there's one more thing that I got to talk about.
Please do.
And it's on Saturday to Sunday at Celebration Square in Mississauga. So, interesting enough, you did bring
Hey,
that up.
yo, Zayn said the secret word, Celebration Square. Okay, go ahead, Zayn.
It's Muslim Fest.
What? Oh, that requires another one. Bring it in another one. I have to do it. I'm sorry, guys. One more time. One more time.
So annoying.
All right, back to you, Zayn.
So,
It's like, how do I start back from
I
this?
don't even know how to continue. I'm just going to try. Basically, this fest is going to be celebrating Islam and the Muslim community of Canada with food, culture, art, music, and there's going to have a variety show, a film festival, a bazaar, and a women's program. And they say it's largely for young people in the Muslim community.
There is, I wouldn't say it's necessarily like North America or Canada to be more specific, but there's definitely a, for lack of a better word, ignorance about the Islamic culture and Muslims on the whole. So this is definitely a well-needed event.
Oh, most definitely. It's the first of its kind that I've heard of. So,
Other than like Eid Mubarak, where Eid, like down by Exhibition Place.
well, that's true actually. Yeah.
And in Toronto, those people who give out pamphlets?
Yeah.
I saw one this weekend where it was like this person who said Islam does not support terrorism. And there were so many people gathered around it. I was like, really? You guys didn't know this? It was shocking and really good that they did that.
Yeah. Well, that's what's happening this weekend. So, I hope if you catch yourselves at one of these, tag us and let us know how they go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you can connect with us at urbandefinition.ca. Again, Facebook and Twitter, the tabs are there. And just tweet at us or comment or even post and tell us how these events are going.
And if there's something that you feel like we didn't get a chance to hit up that we definitely should be hitting up, also let us know on social media, please.
Most definitely.
Or because we're on a Spanish station, por favor. All right, guys, so that wraps up tonight's show. Have a fantastic weekend. Please, please, please do not drink and drive because ain't nobody need that. Be safe, have fun, live, love, learn.
Bye.
CHHA.
This is Urban Definition.